Good morning. Did you have your coffee? Yeah, good. Me too. I need one more, but I'm ready to go. My name is Amy. I work at GZM Shows, and I have the best job in the world because I get to make podcasts for all of you, and it's really fun. Have you heard, how many of you have heard the Big Fib? Oh, fantastic. Oh, so you're all ready for what's about to happen. Have you heard any of our other shows? 6 Minutes. Oh, nice. We were just in the studio making the first episodes of season 4. That's an exclusive. No one else knows that. We have a table outside. Please come say hi after the show. And I'm not going to make you wait anymore because you don't care about Amy who makes podcasts. You care about Deborah and Lisa. Have fun. Here's the Big Fib.
Two people claim to know everything about something, but only one knows anything. President Roosevelt wore an anti-gravity belt. Dinosaurs had 2 brains. Lucky kids live on Mars and go to school in flying cars, or at least they will one day. Believe me, I'm a historian, an astronaut or drive a DeLorean. Would I lie? It's hard to say. The Big Fib.
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having us. Lisa and I are so excited to be here to bring you a live version of the Big Fib, right? Where we meet 2 people who claim to be an expert, but one of them is actually a big fibber.
That sounds like our show.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said. Yes, we are doing a live version of our podcast. And, our podcast is all about truth and lies. And, in this time of fake news, it's really important for kids and adults, right, to tell the difference between fact and fiction. But, critical thinking sounds really technical and academic, but it can be really fun. And we're going to prove that to you today by doing our show. And so we are going to get this party started just like we do on the podcast. So Lisa, take it away.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go, everybody. Don't get too scared, okay? It's going to be fine. From Churn Creek, Maryland, this is The Big Fib. And now, here's your host. They call her Deborah Goldstein.
Dude, welcome to the Big Fib. Thank you. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You can clap for Deborah, too. It's okay. Okay.
Thanks, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Big Fib, the game show where kids choose between the cultured, creamy diacetyl of truth and the greasy and rancid coagulation of lies. I'm your host, Deborah Goldstein, and joining me today is our sound effects robot, Lisa, whose name stands for Live in Studio Audience.
Hey, everybody. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Look at all these people, Deborah.
Yeah, they're
Look at all these people.
I know, we're not really used to performing in front of a live audience. So, this is new maybe, but it's surprising that you're just noticing them now. I mean, are you nervous? Is that it?
Nervous? I laugh at nervous. I'm excited. And looking at all these humans, I'm thinking that this is a good time to go crowd surfing.
Oh, no.
I could just throw myself into the audience, and you guys can carry me over your heads, and it would be super fun.
No, that would not be a good idea. We're not doing that, no.
Oh, come on, Deborah. Don't yuck my yum. Crowd surfing. Woo, right? Yeah. Everyone wants to pick me up and then get crushed. Come on.
No, definitely not. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but we don't want anyone to get hurt, and we really need to, move along and get on with the show. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Fine, Deborah. Be that way.
I will.
I'm sorry, kids, that you came out and you were really excited and you wanted to carry me above your heads and then get crushed. But Deborah says we can't.
That's correct. We cannot. Maybe another time. Sorry, maybe. On somebody else's watch, right? But I think something else that would be even more fun would be to hear a listener question. Sometimes our listeners send emails or they leave a voicemail message for Lisa because they want to learn all about being a live in-studio audience. So I think we have. I can tell the listener question light Oz is in the back of Lisa over his Ogleport, and I'm just gonna turn on the button.
Ow, Deborah! Oh.
That should not
Hi,
hurt.
Lisa. I have a question. Who inspired you as a young robot?
Oh, that's really interesting. Who did inspire you as a young robot?
First of all, that question is super rude, okay? I am still a very young robot.
Okay.
I mean, look at my complexion, everybody. You would never guess that I was over 132 years old, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so thank you. So while I do take umbrage with the caller's assumption that my youth is behind me, I shall answer the question. The great source of inspiration as a younger robot came from my third grade teacher at bot school, Cyber Vortex 3911.
Oh, yes. Educators, they play such an important role in our formative years, don't they?
I'll say.
Yeah.
Educators play such an important role in our formative years.
Thank you for that. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
how did Cyber Vortex 3911? Yeah. How did that teacher inspire you as a young robot?
Well, old Sivo, that's what we called him back in the day. Oh, we were funny. Well, he had a bit of a digestion problem, you see. He'd always eat breakfast before class, and he liked to eat a cheese, cabbage, and copper coil sandwich. Yum, by the way. And then he'd wash it down with a carbonated machine oil shake. Sounds delicious, right? Everyone knows that. What? Oh, I forgot humans are so weird. Okay, but he always ended up burping for the entire class.
Oh, dear.
Just thinking about it makes me burp. Excuse me.
You're excused. Yeah, but I'm not following. How exactly was Cyber Vortex 3911 an inspiration to you?
Oh, well, we all thought it was super funny when he expelled such excruciations. Not to mention that we paid extra close attention to his lessons while we waited for each and every belch. And it was then, during the class, that I learned the value of a good sound effect.
Okay.
Makes me a little weepy just thinking about what an impact he had on us all.
Oh,
Deborah.
that does sound very moving. Yes. Okay. Well, very moving. Oh dear.
No, Deborah.
Oh no, it's okay. I think so moving. It reminds me we should probably keep moving on with the show, maybe, right?
Okay,
and
yeah, I'll
get
just
on
bury
with the
those
game.
emotions. Okay,
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why don't you share with the audience, for those who don't know, how our game works?
Why, certainly, Deborah.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me. Here, on the Big Fib, we bring on two grown-ups. One is an expert. The other is... This is a liar. Is that true?
It is,
Oh,
yes.
it's terrible. Okay. And it's the job of a human child to help us figure out who is who, because no one, and I'm talking no one, can spot a liar better than a kid. At least that's what we hope, because we printed the t-shirts already. What are we lying about today, Deborah?
We are lying about butter, a dairy product made from milk or cream used in baking, cooking, or as a spread. And we're going to learn all about butter today, along with our contestant. Who might that be, Lisa?
Our human child contestant is a 10-year-old who has a cat named Missy and wants to be a rocket scientist when she grows up. They call her Emily Springer. Is that Emily?
This is Emily. Welcome,
Okay.
Emily.
Hey,
So
Emily.
nice. So great to have you. So you have a cat named Missy. Can you tell us something about Missy?
She loves to eat.
Oh, I might be a cat.
She's very loud.
I'm definitely a cat.
She has a very high voice.
Does she? Mm-hmm.
She's black and white, and she has yellow eyes.
Ooh, and is Missy her full name?
Her full name is Magical Mrs. Mistopheles.
Ooh, how did she get that name?
We saw the show, the musical Cats,
Oh, I see.
and that's where the name comes from.
Beautiful. I love
I
it.
actually know a song from that. Here, look, this is from the musical Cats.
Okay, that is far from perfect. Okay,
Okay.
so yes, very good. And you also are thinking of being a rocket scientist. Do you want to build rockets or do you want to fly in rockets?
I want to build rockets, but I also want to build space rovers.
Whoa,
Mars
space
rovers.
rovers. Don't you know a rover?
Yeah, one of my cousins is a rover.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
What's up, Opportunity?
Fantastic. So that is really cool. How did you get involved in that? Is that how did that inspire, how did you
I
decide
love
that you wanted to
reading
do that?
books about
Books.
space rovers. It's very interesting.
Ah, books. Interesting. I've heard of those.
Yeah, they're like podcasts, but boring.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Incorrect. No, books are very cool. Well, we want to learn some more fun facts about you, Emily, but we're going to do it playing our game, Two Truths and a Lie, sort of a warm-up with this truth and lie thing, right? So Emily is going to share with us 3 things about herself, but 2 of those things are going to be true, 1 will be a lie, and we have to figure out which is which. So Emily, in no particular order, please tell us your 2 truths and a lie.
I have 2 cats. I love soccer. And I have been Elsa in Frozen.
Oh, okay. She has 2 cats. So she already talked about 1 cat. I feel like that's a trick somehow, but I'm not really sure. She said them all with such confidence. What do you think, Lisa?
This is very interesting.
It
So
is,
if she has
yes.
2 cats and she comes on a podcast and only talks about 1 cat,
Yeah.
then the other cat's listening to the podcast and it's like, what's the problem with me? Why didn't I get mentioned? So that's a little suspicious.
Yeah, true.
Then she said she likes soccer, which everyone knows is incredibly boring.
Oh.
That's probably a lie too. And then the last one,
Oh.
Elsa, if you were going to be in that, you would probably be Olaf because he likes warm hugs. They all seem like lies. I don't know what to do. How many truths?
2 truths, 1 lie.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the cat one because I feel bad for that other cat if it's at home and it's listening. Another cat, if you are real, I just want to say you're welcome on the show anytime.
Very sweet. All right. So, in fact, we're not quite sure about that logic, but Emily, please share with us which one of those things is a lie.
I love soccer.
I told you that I should have said that one.
I actually do have another cat. His name is Morris.
Morris,
Hey,
the
Morris,
cat.
buddy. Hey,
What's
I'm
up?
sorry you
Shout
got
out,
left out.
Morris. Oh, yay.
But isn't
Very
soccer
sweet.
boring? You're right.
No, that is, by the way, the opinions that are expressed here by our sound effects robot do no way represent the opinions of this podcast. So if you're a soccer fan, I say go Spurs. Okay,
Even
but
like
anyway.
the sound effects
yeah.
from soccer are boring. It's just like, oh, I'm walking, oh, I'm running, oh,
No,
look, this is
moving on.
grass.
Incorrect,
Oh.
incorrect. No, all right. Robots just don't get it, right? It's okay. We're going to give him a pass.
Fine.
Robots don't get it. But that does mean, however, that you have been Elsa in Frozen?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Do you like to sing?
Yes, I love to sing.
Wow. You wouldn't sing a little bit, would you? No, not right now. That's not nice. I didn't prepare her for that. That was rude. I'm never doing that again. All right, don't worry about it. So, and are you preparing for any other roles coming up, maybe?
I'm preparing for the role of Ursula in The Little Mermaid.
Ooh, good role. I love that one. Very
Can
exciting.
you steal Deborah's voice? No. I mean, never mind. Sorry, Deborah.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Well, I love that. That was a good warm up. And you fooled Lisa, which means you know how to tell a lie, but do you know how to spot a lie? Any strategies for trying to figure out who our fibber is?
I mean, I've researched a little bit,
Okay,
so
good.
I'm going off of my research.
Off of facts? Who would have thought? Very good. I like it. I like that strategy. We're listening for facts and lies, aren't we? Very good. All right. So, do you know much about butter? Do you like butter?
Oh, yeah. Butter is you put it all over the floor and then you watch Deborah run in to get something and she falls.
No,
So
that
funny.
isn't. No. No.
That's, yeah.
Rude. Okay. All right. Never mind. Moving on. All right. Well, we do want to learn more about butter. We have to do it with our experts. So let's bring them on. Our first expert is Danny Koppelman.
Danny Koppelman.
Woo. Welcome, Danny. And Danny, have a seat and please introduce yourself to Emily.
Hello, Emily. I'm Danny Koppelman. I'm a 4th-generation dairy farmer up from upstate New York, and a aspiring cheesemonger.
Ooh, thank you very much. All right, we're going to meet our next expert, Trisha Perez-Keneally. Trisha.
Woo, Trisha, yeah.
Welcome, Trisha. Can you please also introduce yourself to Emily?
Hi, Emily. My name is Trisha, and I'm from Lexington, Massachusetts, and I am the owner of an inn and a restaurant.
Ooh, thank you very much. Thank you for telling us that. Very good. All right, and so we're moving on to our next segment, I believe, right? We need to learn some more about our experts, and we do that by listening to a sound file. Maybe I need to turn it. There it is. Yes.
Drop it like it's hot.
Very good. Lisa, you've drawn us into that with that sound file. Tell us, what does that mean?
Well, it just so happens that I whipped up the sounds of hot seat time.
That is correct. It's hot seat time, and that's when we put our experts on the hot seat to answer Emily's question. Lisa, whom shall we put on the hot seat first?
Trisha Perez Keneally, because I also have 3 names.
You do?
Yeah. Lisa.
Wow,
Yeah.
I was unaware. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. In the future, I will refer to you as Lisa.
Lisa, please, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Being a little rude.
Okay. Emily, what is your first question for Trisha?
Tell me about a typical day at your job.
So a typical day at my job as the owner of a hotel and restaurant is I go in and I check to see who has been staying with us the night before, who's checking in, and I work with my team to make sure that all of our rooms are ready to go so that we can be very welcoming to our guests. And then I work with our culinary team to make sure that we have all of the ingredients that we need to get ready to cook all of the different meals that we're going to be preparing that day.
Very good. And do you want to ask Danny the same question, or do you want to move on? Maybe we should ask him also
Yes,
what he
I'll
does.
ask
Okay,
Danny
great.
the same question.
I get up about 4:30 to make sure the cows are milked. I have to get
Oh,
them
pass. That's too early.
It's not that early. Get quite
Okay.
used to it. Yeah. If you don't get them milked early, then they start to get agitated and uncomfortable.
That would be utterly sad. Yeah, terrible. It's a
My
terrible
next
joke.
question is for both of you. Do you prefer salted or unsalted butter, and why?
I prefer salted butter because I tend to like salty things.
You know, it's hard to say. I like salted butter quite a bit, but unsalted butter reminds me of my grandmother making butter right at the farm. It's just a good memory. So I think unsalted butter.
Sweet.
My grandma was a photocopy machine.
Really?
Yeah.
And did she photocopy images of butter?
She did a lot of butter stuff, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
trying to find the connection there. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Very good. All right.
When's the podcast start, Deborah?
Okay, back to you, Emily.
My next question is for Trisha. Who invented butter?
Well, that's kind of a question that we really don't know the answer to. We've been hearing about butter for thousands of years. We think sort of around the Middle Ages, and we think it was kind of one of those things that was discovered by accident, kind of like a Post-it note.
Oh.
So someone was walking around with their butter, it got a little shaken up, and then there was this big, large, solid thing, and that was butter.
Wait, but Post-it notes were Oh, we need another topic. We need Post-it notes.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Cows also make Post-it notes.
Do they?
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
For all the things they need to remember, remind
Yeah,
themselves.
it's like, oh, I got to move today.
Uh-huh, I see. You need a Post-it note for that. Understood. Very good. Would you like to ask Danny the same? Yes? Did you say for both of them?
Yes.
You don't have to.
The same question.
So first recordings of butter are, I think, about 8,000 BC in Africa. It was later on perfected by the Sumerians, I believe, and the Greeks. So what they did is they actually would use yaks and sheep, and then eventually the Greeks, who were not herders of cows, started trading with Sumerians, and then they learned about it. But I think it was an accident. They had some dairy products transporting it. It got shaken up. There you go.
Interesting. Very good. All right, back to you, Emily.
This last question is for both of you. What was the funniest thing that happened to you at your job?
Oh, we were doing this live show in Boston one time.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So one of the things that I do as the innkeeper and owner of a hotel is I teach cooking lessons. And I was teaching a large group of adults. I was teaching them how to make a roasted chicken, and I went to get the chicken out of the oven, and I turned, and the chicken went flying off the pan onto the floor.
They can still fly once they've been roasted?
They can fly still roasted. And
dear.
this was actually the chicken that they were supposed to be eating for dinner. So I quickly shouted, 5-second rule, and tried to make a joke out of it. And they enjoyed their floor chicken.
They did. Wow. Okay.
Oh, I'd have to. So we have a family story about my cousin Phil falling into a vat of butter, and so at the farm we make large amounts of butter in these huge vats, and my cousin Phil fell in, and let's just say my dad wasn't very happy about it, but it was pretty funny. It's so funny that Phil couldn't get out because he was laughing and slipping, and it's something we talk about a lot.
Yeah. I hope there are pictures. Are there pictures?
Yeah, there are pictures. Not of him in, but afterwards, because he's walking around covered in greasy butter. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I'd like to know, too, especially, well, you might not know. I'm not sure. But is there a particular cow that makes the best butter?
Oh, that's Tiffany.
Tiffany? Is
She
that
makes great butter. Tiffany, if you're listening, great butter, Tiff.
Well, so I'd have to say the cow that makes the best butter is it's a Quechua cow. The younger ones usually have longer red hair, and it makes amazing butter.
Interesting.
I'd say the goat that comes very close is a Harper goat. It has longer hair as well. They make the butter's really good, but the chocolate shakes that you make from the milk, the goat milk, is pretty amazing.
Chocolate shake.
That sounds like a llama smoothie.
Ooh, that sounds good. Very good. Well, thank you for those questions, those hot seat questions. Well done. Moving on. Yes, I'm going to take it. Very good. All right. Setting up for our next segment here. All righty. We're going to get some other questions. This is another segment for us, right? So, lots of paper. You would think that I would be more electronic, but
You should be.
I should be. But I can't trust technology.
Deborah, we're going to talk about that in couples therapy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, but it is time for our Shorts on Fire round, and that is where our experts have to answer as many questions as they can until time runs out. Lisa will set a timer for our first expert, and Emily will ask that expert question after question until Lisa's timer sounds. And then Lisa will reset the timer for our next expert to do the same. So, experts, you must think about shortening your questions, your answers, rather. Okay, so in that case, we are going to start with, I think we'll start with Danny, okay?
That's okay.
And you're ready with the timer?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you can start asking your Shorts on Fire questions now.
Go.
How long has butter been around?
Again, about 8,000 year BC, so about 10,000 years or so, we think.
What do you call it when you heat up milk to get rid of bad bacteria?
Homogenizing.
In what year did people in the United States eat the most butter?
2023.
How many tablespoons are in one stick of butter?
8 tablespoons.
Nobody knows. It's too hard to figure out.
Fact or fib? Cows that eat fresh grass make softer butter than cows that eat grain.
I think the butter tastes better, but it's a fib that it's softer.
What do you call a person who drops things all the time?
Deborah?
Me.
Deborah.
Clumsy.
What ingredient makes popcorn at the movie theater taste like butter?
Oil.
How much fat is in real butter?
There's about 11 grams of fat per tablespoon.
And time is up. Very good.
All the
Woo.
time.
Well done. Excellent. All right, Lisa, can you reset your timer, please?
It's never a dull moment. Okay.
True. Very good. We are going to set the timer for Trisha now. Go. All right. Emily, you can ask Trisha your Shorts on Fire questions now.
Go.
When did people start putting butter on bread?
During the Middle Ages.
What do we add to butter to make whipped butter?
Nitrogen gas.
The ceiling fan.
What do they call the butter they use in India?
Ghee.
Who was the Irish poet who wrote a poem about butter called Churning Day?
Seamus Heaney.
Fact or fib? Some states dyed margarine pink so people could see that it was not real butter.
Fact.
When was the first butter sculpture made?
In the 1500s, I think 1536.
Is there any butter in a Butterfinger candy bar?
No.
But
What
there
do
are
the
fingers.
French call brown butter?
Beurre noisette.
Using ice led to the invention of what kind of butter?
Sweet cream.
What is in butter that makes it yellow?
Beta carotene.
Which type of butter
You can finish it. Go ahead.
Which type of butter lasts longer, salted or unsalted butter?
Salted.
Very good. Excellent. Woo! I hope you got some good intel from that. That was so hard to keep up, but there's some interesting facts there that could be fact, could be fiction. We'll find out in a bit. But in the meantime, we have a special segment for you today because we don't get to do this on the podcast because it's all audio. We can't see on the podcast, but we can see here today. So we're going to see an image in a new segment called What Is That?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What is
we're going to show an image to our experts and to you all, and they both have to tell us what this thing is that is somehow related to butter. Okay. So what is our image?
What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah. What is it?
I don't know what it is, but we're going to ask Trisha first. What is that?
So I've been lucky enough to go to Cork. There's a really special museum there called the Cork Butter Museum. And this is actually bog butter, which they actually find throughout Ireland. People keep finding them. They're thousands of years old. And when they're cutting to take out the peat that they use for heating their houses, they keep finding these because they used to store the butter in the bogs because it was a natural refrigerator and preserver as well. So bog butter.
Butter that comes from the ground, from under a bog. Okay, that's what Trisha says. Danny, what do you say that is?
That's a Roman butter churn.
Oh,
So the Romans actually used olive oil for their spread. They didn't like butter as a spread, but they used it for medicinal purposes. So a Roman butter churn was like this, used to apply the butter on wounds as a salve.
That's a medieval bucket of popcorn.
that is incorrect. We know that. Interesting. Okay, thank you very much for What Is That?
Did we find out, Deborah? What is it?
We will find out. I don't know. We're going to find out what it is. They both sound very convincing to me, and so I think it's hard to tell. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not you, Emily, because I just don't know. All
I
right.
wish I were you.
Yeah, why?
She got 2 cats. She knows Olaf.
Oh, that's true. Right. But now we've got all the information I think we need. I hope. Right? Do you feel good? She feels good. All right. Well, let's. I'm going to ask the audience. So, with all the information we heard today, if you think Trisha is our fibber, clap your hands.
They don't like you, Trisha.
Okay. If you think Danny is our fibber, clap your hands.
Oh, they also don't like you, Danny.
I mean, it's a little like I think maybe there's a little bit more for one, but it's relatively even, I think. All right, we're not sure. We're going to find out. All right, Emily, who do you think our butter fibber is?
Danny.
Why do you think Danny is our fibber?
Because on one question, he said homogenization instead of pasteurization.
Oh, my.
And I know that question was answer was pasteurization.
Wow, I think she's using facts. Wow,
Facts.
facts,
See where
right?
that gets you, kid. Facts.
Fascinating. All right. But so we have to remember, too, that sometimes the facts we find online when we're doing a search, if we don't check to see what the sources are, sometimes those facts are really not true either. So that could be true. We hope she knows what her sources are, but let's find out. Well, our actual big butter expert, please say, I am the butter expert.
I am the butter expert.
That is great. You did it, Emily. That's right. Trisha Perez Camille is a cordon bleu trained chef, clearly I'm fluent in French, who is proud to admit that she used to eat butter sandwiches as a child. And her love of butter has extended to her choosing delicious butters and homemade breads to pair with them at the Inn at Hastings Park, the hotel and restaurant that she runs in Lexington, Massachusetts. Everybody should go, definitely. All right, so we know now that Trisha's our expert, but we also know, in fact, then, that we've heard a lot of lies. So we want to find out what some of them are. So Trisha, were there any, we want you to help us do some fact checking and clarify matters. So can you tell us what, let's start with the image. So that was in fact
That
bog
actually
butter.
is bog butter.
So that's a real thing that people would put butter under bogs, right? Mossy, grassy, earthy, right? Places so that it would be preserved underground, and people keep unearthing it and finding it.
And they still keep finding them.
They still keep finding the bog butter. So if you're in Ireland just walking around, you step in something super smushy and greasy, it just might be, and I hope it is just, bog butter. So wow. Okay. What other facts, what other lies did you hear today?
So Danny has invented a new breed of cattle as a tribute to one of our favorite families. Actually, the most common cows for dairy milk here in the States, it is a Holstein. But actually, probably the best butters come from Jersey and Guernsey cows, which are from England. And I used to live in London, and I loved, the milk and the butter that comes from those cows is spectacular.
Right. Ooh.
Tiffany's from London.
Is she?
Yeah.
Tiffany the cow.
Yeah.
The
she
cow,
is.
yeah.
Hello, you want some butter?
No, that is not what Tiffany says. All right.
With a scone.
Yeah.
With some clotted cream. Okay, so very good. Any other lies that stick out in your head? That's okay. We can move to.
I'm
Danny.
pretty impressed that Emily caught the pasteurization hum.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great
Yeah.
job. That was really well done.
Yes, very good. All right. Well, then we'll move to Danny. Can you tell us what you told us today that might make our stomachs churn?
The Romans actually did use butter as a salve for wounds and preferred olive oil. What else? It is pasteurization, not homogenization. It's the first word that popped in my head, so I'll go with that. Butter is about 10,000-ish years old, we think, according to new history records. But really, there's it just showed up one day.
Right. It just showed up.
Oh, what's this? Oh, I'm gonna put this on popcorn.
I'm going to put it in my mouth.
I'm going to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so, in fact, let's review some other things. So, did you have some others you wanted to share also?
Oh, that might churn your stomach?
Yes, please.
No, I don't have a cousin Phil. They never fell in a vat of butter.
But we can say that there's no butter in the Butterfinger candy bar. That's something we like,
But it
right?
is made
Yeah.
with fingers.
But right, yes. What else? What did we hear? I think those are good for now, I believe. Yes. All right. So, in fact, I think we've come to the end of that. Well, gee whiz. Okay. We've reached we've reached the end of our show. Thanks to our contestant Emily for helping us spread the truth. Thank you to our expert and liar, Trisha and Danny. A pat on the back for Lisa for making sounds that were like butter. And of course, many thanks to our audience here in Boston and listeners tuning into the Big Fib, where we melt down those uncultured lies and make the bitter batter better with buttery truth.
The Big Fib is a production of Gen Z Media. For more great shows, visit gzmshows.com. While you're there, you can find out how you can become a contestant on the Big Fib or send questions for me to answer on the show. And follow us, please follow us on social media at The Big Fib Podcast for behind-the-scenes photos and more true facts. And now I'm going to bury some butter in a swamp.
No. Okay, and at the risk of sounding like we're buttering anyone up, we want to thank WBUR. Thank you, Amy, for having us. We really, really enjoyed ourselves. Right? Didn't we have a good time?
Yeah.
We had
I
fun.
mean, that's the right answer. Okay, very good. And we will also have some time to answer some of your questions. Now we're going to open it up for some Q&A, and then after answering some questions here, we have a table outside where we'll be able to meet and greet and answer some more of your questions and all of that. So thank you so much, and we'll get on with some questions and answers if you have any for any of our cast up here at the Big Fib. If anybody, it's. Right here up
Right
front.
down here.
Very excited. This is an enthusiastic audience member who's been very excited.
My name is Fiona.
Hi, Fiona.
Question for Lisa is, do you like ice cream? And if you do, what is your favorite flavor?
Fiona, thank you. That is like the question I've been waiting everyone to ask me, especially Deborah, because she doesn't get me ice cream.
Well, it's not good for your digestion.
Well, that's why I like it. I love ice cream. I like Rocky Road. I like mostly Rocky Road. It's like vanilla with just pieces of road. And that's really good. You could get me some. Thank you.
With some pieces of
Thank
road.
you,
Thank you
Fiona.
for your question, Fiona. Nicely done.
Hi, I'm Eli.
Hi, Eli.
Hi. I'm asking Lisa, is there like a comprehensive list of all the components in you? Like, do you have a fridge in there? You know?
Oh, yeah. You know what's going on, right?
No.
Eli's trying to build another one of me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
sneaky.
big thing on the internet now. Yeah, it's like a whole like hacker build a Lisa, and then you get. I get it. Everyone wants Lisa in their life. I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a fridge that has Rocky Road ice cream.
Thank you for your question, Eli. Yeah, we can't guarantee that Lisa will actually answer the questions to your satisfaction, but he's doing his best. Yes.
My name is Annalise. My question for Lisa is, what is your favorite animal?
Annalise, my favorite animal. I love llamas and llama smoothies. I love cats. Have you ever seen sloths? Those things are great, man. They just sit around. Oh, I really like sloths.
That tracks, yeah.
Hey, can I be a sloth?
I mean, you can behave in a sloth-like manner, which is what you try to do most days, yeah.
I like sloths. I'm
Yeah.
a sloth.
Very good.
Oh, did you raise your hand? Oh, okay, there we go.
Hi, my name is Harper. This question is for Danny.
For Danny.
When you were talking about the goats and the cows, you said that you named them after someone, I forget who. You're trying to tell me that Harper goats are not real. My name is Harper.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that I'm not
Right,
real?
right.
Busted.
No, you're real, and I would guarantee that you probably make some of the best milkshakes I've ever had.
Pandering. Okay,
A
very
Harper
good.
denier.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hugo.
Hi, Hugo.
What's your question?
When will you build?
Deborah, this question is for you.
About 24 years ago. maybe? Yeah, sure. But I think Hugo wants to ask you, Lisa, right, Hugo?
Oh, that's for me. Again, people are trying to build their own Lisas. I know this is part of that. I advise you not to do it. It's very dangerous. I was built in 1937 as a part of the World's Fair.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's my reaction. Very good.
Let's just go with that.
What's your name?
Francesca.
Francesca, what's your question?
Do you ever lose power?
Oh, do you ever use phone?
Slowly over time, my rights get taken. You know what? Deborah she installed a clapper in me. Do it.
Oh, see? And now it is my preference to just keep him that way, but you probably want to hear some more answers, so I'm going to bring him back. Yeah, very good.
Anyway, and that's where milk comes from. Thank you for your question.
What's your name?
My name is Connor, and
Hi.
I have a question for Emily.
Good.
What is your favorite play that you've done?
Oh, nice question.
Either Frozen or Annie.
Oh, I love. So who were you in Annie?
I was Miss Hannigan.
So I feel like there's a pattern with sort of the complicated, villainous sort of characters who really are good. I love that. Right.
Oh, yeah. Connor was in Annie with me.
Oh,
you,
well,
Connor?
welcome. So we have some very supportive castmates. We love that. Thank you for coming, Connor.
Callie.
Callie? And what's your question, Callie?
My question is, does Lisa have a heart?
That's a great.
A lot of people ask me that. Yeah, usually my kids. It's sort of like a heart. It's like a mechanical thing, and it pumps fudge through me. So it's like a heart.
Yeah. So maybe it doesn't work in the same way a human heart does, but it keeps the power going.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, a human heart, it moves blood around.
That is true.
Oh, so gross.
I mean,
Who would you rather have, blood or fudge? Fudge, right? Ugh, humans.
all right. I'd rather not be blood shamed right now.
You're right,
So
sorry.
Thank you very much.
Skeptical.
Okay.
How do you go Milo, how do you go potty?
Me?
No.
Oh, just checking.
I think it was for you.
I always wash
well,
my hands afterward.
I don't want to spoil it, but I have a new book coming out called How Lisa Goes Potty. But let's just say it's pretty fun, and it's very dangerous.
Oh, no. Don't try this at home
Yeah.
if you're a robot. Thank you for your question, Milo.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Natalie,
Hi, Natalie.
and I'm wondering, Lisa, if you like the Pancake Robot song.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
Do you like the Pancake Robot song?
Pancake Robot song.
Oh, I know what song she's singing. It goes, oh, I'm a pancake robot, and I like pancakes, and I also like cakes, and French toast, too. I'm a robot, and I live in a zoo. I'm a sloth. Was that it?
That wasn't it.
I don't know it.
Was it a song that he sang Once Upon a Time, Another Time? Or a different song? Is there a pancake song?
I know.
How does the
Can you
pancake
sing it,
song go?
Natalie?
Does anybody know how the pancake song goes? What if everybody?
I want Mom to put it on.
Do you want to sing?
Do you want me
You
to
know?
put it on?
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
You don't have to sing it. It's okay.
We'll take
Well, we're
one
going to
question.
find it. All right,
We're
let's
gonna
put that on the
play it.
back
We'll
burner.
take
Okay.
one
Yeah.
question while you're doing that. What's your name?
My name is Henry, and I have a
Hi,
question
Henry.
for Deborah.
Oh, thanks.
Does Lisa actually have the I in AI?
I had to think about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very I. Lots of I and even more A. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Okay, well, listen.
That means ice cream. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Sure. $50 million pancakes. That's a great song. Why
That
haven't I
sounds
heard
like-
that song?
that's
Is that
very grip,
is that on
right?
Taylor Swift's new double album? I don't know that song. No? Well, it should be.
It's a Swiftie song.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
take
but
one
you
more
like it, right?
question,
Yeah.
and then, but
we'll
and-
be hanging out, so
So
you can ask more.
anybody we didn't get to, go to their table
Yeah.
and you can ask their
Yeah.
question right in real
Face to
time.
face.
Yeah, face
Yeah.
to face,
Yeah.
exactly. So one more
One more.
question, and after this question, a reminder that if you have tickets to Past and Curious, stay put, and we'll come and stamp your hand. And if you don't, I encourage you to
It won't hurt though when you
go
stamp.
buy one. Okay, last question. What's your name?
My name is Finn.
Hi, Finn.
And I have a question for Lisa. Do you run on solar power?
Ooh.
I try not to run at all. But if
true.
I did, I would use solar power.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I
wind
like
power.
that. Yes, let's hear it for eco-friendly questions. Love that. Thank you so much, anybody. You have been a delight. And thank you all to the cast and production. We'll see you all outside. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lucky kids live on Mars and go to school flying cars, or at least they will one day. Believe me, I'm a historian, an astronaut or drive a DeLorean. Would I lie?